everyone. Hi. Does everyone have a seat? There are some seats over here, just FYI. Feel free to get cozy. Tonight's going to be a cozy kind of night. My name is Colleen Hackett. I'm an assistant professor in the sociology department. And it's on the behalf of the department, it is our profound pleasure to host this event along with the Office of Diversity and Inclusion. You might know this center as the Diversity Resource Center, but it has since changed names. And Stephen Parker is here on their behalf. He really helped to get this together, and that office is great. This is also being co-sponsored with the CSU Pueblo Library. So thank you for coming here. I am going to introduce Alex Landau now. He is an amazing person. I don't think he remembers the couple times we've met or interfaced, but he left a profound mark on me and also my community in Denver. So we are going to go ahead and play his the StoryCorps animated video of his conversation with his mom Patty, who is also here in the back. And so.
We never talked about race growing up. I just don't think that was ever a conversation.
I thought that love would conquer all and skin color really didn't matter. I had to learn the really hard way when they almost killed you.
Yeah, I was 19 years old. I had picked up a friend and I noticed that we had red and blue lights behind us. We were being pulled over. The officer explained I had made an illegal left turn and to step out of the car. So I get out of the car first. He pats me down. And then he goes around to the passenger side and pulls my friend Addison out of the car.
Addison is white.
Yeah, Addison is white. And he had some weed in his coat pocket. So he gets placed in handcuffs. I figure that everything's okay. I'm not in handcuffs. I've already been patted down. Plus, there's 3 officers on the scene. And I had never had a negative interaction with police in my life. So I asked them, can I please see a warrant before you continue the search? And they grabbed me and began to hit me in the face. I could hear Addison in the background yelling, "Stop, leave him alone." I was hit several times, and I remember gasping for air and spitting and blood flying across the grass. And then I hear an officer shout out, "He's reaching for a gun." I immediately started yelling, "No, I'm not. I'm not reaching for anything." And I remember an officer say, "If he doesn't calm down, we're gonna have to shoot him." I could feel the gun pressed to my head. I expected to be shot, and at that point I lost consciousness. I woke up to a multitude of officers just standing around me laughing. One officer was like, "Where's that warrant now, you fucking nigger?" It took 45 stitches to close up the lacerations in my face alone. How did it feel when you finally saw me?
All I remember is involuntarily screaming.
That was the first time I had cried the entire time I had been in there. And it wasn't my injuries that hurt. It was just seeing how it devastated you.
My whole worldview changed that night.
Yeah. For me, it was the point of awakening to how the rest of the world is going to look at you. I was just another black face in the streets. And I was almost another dead black male.
Welcome to Mr. Alex Landau.
The moment was still, silent. Condensation clung to the peeling tint on the glass windows. Then, as I was ordered from the vehicle, "Get out of the car, put your hands on the hood." He pat my pocket. Pat, pat. A black youth who matched the profile. Pat, pat. Any knives, needles, or narcotics? Pat, pat. Anxiety. My blood pressure increased. I could feel my heart beginning to beat. "Okay, go stand by my car." How did this happen, I thought. I don't recall seeing the sign prohibiting a left turn. It's cold. I just want to go home. Now, what does he need this additional squad car for? Are we in danger? Do we need to be afraid for our lives? These are questions that I did not know I needed to ask myself. My passenger's in handcuffs. He may receive a ticket, but who knew? Who knew he'd be a witness to the reality of police brutality or excessive force to soften the words so the city can hear you? Who knew he'd be forced into a false statement of events to pretend? They told him that nigger's not your friend. He'd do the same to you, but would they do the same to him? Is it an ism? Or is it system? Or is it both? And can we all be victims? To protect and serve, I thought. At least that's what I was taught. But what I was taught is not reality. Can I see a warrant? Warrants a multitude of Denver police to grab, beat, and tackle me? My life's been thrown off track, but wait. I'm a student. The son of a strong mother and father. The brother to a beautiful sister. A young man of color. And yet, I'm face down in the gutter, and I ask you, why? Why am I dying from being beaten so badly? Why do the police laugh and call me nigger? Victimized. Simply another Jim Crow hate crime. And as the shock clutches to my body, I think to myself, will I survive? Will I live to see 21? The answer is yes. Is there any other option? Yes. I am not a statistic. Yes. I will not be another dead 19-year-old black male. Yes, I will be a voice for all victims and survivors of such violence. Yes, I will fear none and give way to no oppression. And no, you cannot have a statement until an attorney is present. And yes, I am demanding photos be taken prior to any treatment. My name is Alex Landau, and I want to thank you again for having me down here at CSU Pueblo. So, before I dive into this narrative, my life that's now become a frontline organizer primarily against law enforcement-related violence through the lens of intersectionality, I've been growing to this platform for some time, and I continuously grow day in and day out. But to give you a little perspective, my background, my upbringing, I was adopted at 2 days old to a loving family. My parents are Anglo, they're white, and I have a little sister who was also adopted. Different biological family, however, that's my sister. I love her like my blood, we wouldn't have it any other way. And we grew up, we spent a good majority of our childhood in small, rural, mountain communities, predominantly white communities. My sister and I being the diversity in these communities, places like Conifer, Evergreen, Bailey, other outskirt areas of Jefferson County. And, you know, there were little subtleties that my parents would see with an interracial family that the families around us didn't experience. Subtleties in, for example, saying my mom has to go to the grocery store to pick up products to treat my sister's hair, and then realizing that the more she looks, she finally will notice a little section that says ethnic, and it's got dust all over it, and there's Suave cocoa butter, there's Aussie spray, as if these two products are to cater to anything other than the Anglo norm, which this community was used to seeing. So my mom would have to take my sister to parts of Denver, find hairdressers and stylists who could teach her how to correctly take care of my sister's hair. Big, beautiful hair that required a different kind of treatment than my mom's hair that she was used to taking care of. To get diversity in our play dates, my dad and my mom would have to take my sister and I to different parts of the city to increase the amount of diversity in the youth that we were hanging out with, the youth that we were playing and developing with. Being under the veil of privilege that my parents offered, both my sister and I, wasn't really apparent until later in life. meaning where we could walk into a store, Walmart, King Soopers, any place like that. I could walk in with a backpack, a hood on, and these things wouldn't be a problem until I came back by myself. Until